My name is Sarah, and for 6 months, I knew my husband was cheating on me. I didn't say anything. I didn't cry. I didn't confront him. I didn't call his mother. Instead, I waited because I had a plan. And I needed him to keep thinking he was the smartest person in the room right up until he wasn't. This is the story of how I let my cheating husband plan the best anniversary trip of his life for me and my divorce attorney. My husband Daniel and I had been married for 7 years. 2 kids, a house in the suburbs, the whole picture. People called us goals. I used to love that. It started small, the way it always does. He started coming home later, working weekends on a project he couldn't explain clearly when I asked. His phone, which used to sit face up on the counter every night, suddenly went everywhere with him, even to the bathroom. Oh, I want to be honest with you, I think part of me knew before I knew, but I needed to be sure. Not for him, for me, for what I was about to do. So one night in March, when Daniel fell asleep on the couch watching TV, his phone buzzed. I picked it up. Her name was saved as Mike from work. Real creative, Daniel. The messages went back almost 8 months. Dinners, hotel stays. She called him baby. He called her the best thing that ever happened to him. I put the phone down. I went upstairs. I sat on the edge of our bed in the dark for a long time. And then I made a decision. I was not going to blow this up tomorrow morning. I was going to be smart about this. I called my sister. Then I called a divorce attorney. And then I started planning. Here's what most people don't understand about leaving a cheater. If you explode the moment you find out, you lose all your power. He gets to react, defend, cry, beg, and suddenly the narrative is about his feelings. I didn't want that story. My attorney, and if you're ever in this situation, please get one before you say a single word, told me exactly what I needed to document: financial accounts, property, anything that could protect me and my kids. So for the next 3 weeks, I quietly gathered everything: copies of bank statements, screenshots of messages. Because yes, I went back into his phone, joint investment accounts he thought I didn't know the passwords to. Turns out PASSWRD123 is not a secure choice, Daniel. Meanwhile, I acted completely normal, made his coffee in the morning, asked about his day, watched TV next to him on the couch. It is genuinely impressive what you can hide when you have a goal. And then our 10-year anniversary was coming up. In previous years, I planned everything. This year, I told Daniel I wanted him to plan the whole trip, surprise me. You should have seen his face. He was so excited. I knew exactly what he was thinking. He could plan the trip with her in mind, then take me on a watered down version. Let him think that. Daniel booked us a long weekend in Napa Valley, wine country, romantic 4-star hotel. He was so proud of himself. Kept saying, I think you're really going to love this one, babe. I said, I already know I will. What Daniel didn't know was that 3 days before our trip, I had already one, transferred my personal savings out of a joint account into an account only I could access. My attorney confirmed this was completely legal given the circumstances. 2. Filed the initial paperwork to begin divorce proceedings, time to be served while we were on the trip. Or 3. Booked my sister on the same flight, different row. She was going to Napa too, not for wine, but to be there when I was ready. Vibe. And 4. I had one more thing planned, something I'm still a little proud of. I reached out to Mike from work. I didn't threaten her. I didn't yell. I sent her one message. I told her I knew everything, that I wasn't angry at her, she didn't make vows to me, and that if she wanted a future with Daniel, she was about to get her shot. Because I was done. I also attached, for her reading pleasure, a selection of texts where Daniel had called her a temporary thing and told his friend she meant nothing serious. Just so she had the full picture. I wished her luck. Genuinely. She never responded, but I saw she read it. We flew out on a Friday morning. Daniel carried both bags. He was in a great mood. We checked into the hotel. It was actually beautiful. I'll give him that. We went to dinner that night. He ordered wine, toasted to 10 more years. I smiled and drank my glass. The next morning, I woke up early while he was still asleep. I texted my sister ready. I got dressed. I wrote a note and left it on the pillow next to him. It said, Daniel, the divorce papers are being served to the house today. The joint account has been separated. My attorney will be in touch Monday. I hope Napa was everything you imagined. Yes. I took my bag. I met my sister in the lobby. We went and had the most expensive brunch I have ever eaten in my life. Eggs Benedict, bottomless mimosas, a view of the vineyard. My phone started ringing about 40 minutes later. I let it go to voicemail. I was busy enjoying my anniversary. A lot of people ask me, was it worth it? The waiting, the pretending, the planning? Yes, 1,000 times, yes. Not because of the revenge, though I won't pretend that brunch didn't taste incredible, but because I left with my dignity fully intact. I left on my terms. I left with the documentation I needed, the legal protection I had built, and the absolute knowledge that I had not let one moment of panic cost me my future. Daniel tried to fight the divorce. It didn't go well for him. We finalized everything. 8 months later, I kept the house. I got primary custody. I started over. And Mike from work, she and Daniel dated for about 4 months after. Then she left him too. Apparently, once a cheater. I'm not going to tell you betrayal doesn't hurt. It does. For a long time. But there is something deeply, quietly powerful about deciding that someone else's worst moment doesn't get to be the worst moment of your life. I made it mine. If you're going through something like this right now, I just want to say, slow down, breathe, get a lawyer before you say anything, and protect yourself first. You can fall apart later. But first, be strategic. You've got this.